Cancers, I'm Christy, you're watching Tiny Turtle Tarot, and this is your reading for the month ahead. As always, if anything I say resonates or you feel it will in the future, please let me know by liking and subscribing. Let's get on with your reading. What's happening for you beautiful Cancers this week, this month? I am shuffling with one arm. Let's not talk about it. Okay. I feel as if as long as I have my intentions set, it doesn't really matter how I shuffle, as long as the cards that you're meant to see find you. So let's see what's happening. I'm going to actually spread them and then pick. So your first card is the Five of Cups. Your second card is the Nine of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and the Eight of Cups. So as always, I'll talk you through these cards first and then clarify and get more cards. But firstly, Five of Cups is kind of the energy of disappointment. I feel as if some of you are being very hard on yourself, very disappointed in yourself, or very much wanting to see more progress or something than you're currently seeing. Till I've clarified, I won't get much more, but it just feels as if you're being very down on yourself. Queen of Wands, though, looks as if you are shining, you are glowing. Man or woman, doesn't matter. Queen of Wands is just the energy of you really, really shining in whatever you're doing, and people are very much attracted to your energy. And I don't mean like romantically attracted, I just mean like attracted. Like, that is cool. Whatever Cancer's doing, I want to keep watching. I can't stop looking at Cancer because what they're up to is just, it looks good. So I don't know what it is you're doing, but it looks good. Nine of Swords here. Nine of Swords is the energy of, sometimes it's sleepless nights, sometimes it's feeling very much like you can't turn your mind off. There's a lot going on in your brain. It's kind of, for me, tying into that Five of Cups. Some of you, no matter how much you're doing, don't feel like you're doing enough this month. But you are. You don't need to, like, your value isn't placed on how much you achieve or how much progress you see towards the goals you want to achieve. Your life is a lot bigger than seeing success. It's a lot bigger than that. There's more meaning to you than just how successful you look on paper or how much progress you've made on paper. Eight of Cups here, though, you could be moving soon, or you could be relocating or walking away from a certain place or a certain group of people or a certain job. It seems like you're kind of taking a step away or a break, or you just, some of you, it's like you just need a break to see things freshly, through fresh eyes or something. I kind of want to get you one more card. The Lovers. The Lovers. Some of you, it's almost like you need like almost a honeymoon or something. Even if you're already like married and stuff like that, there's something where you need that kind of energy of a honeymoon, of just time spent in that beautiful energy, whatever that may be for you. It doesn't have to be romantic, it just seems like you need that kind of time. Either you time, or in a relationship, you and them time together, like, You just need a refresh. I feel like you're being very much, either you've burnt yourself out by trying to achieve a lot in a lot less time than is reasonable, or you're just being way too hard on yourself for not being where you want to be yet. But it's like everyone else would want to be right where you are, but you just don't realize it. Clarifying the Five of Cups, you have the Empress to clarify the Five of Cups. So the Empress is the energy of the Empress. Like I said, you're growing. There is progress being made. You're constantly abundant and bringing in more and more growth in your life and in the lives around you. There is good things coming in, but it's almost as if you're so much focused on more, wanting more, but you already have and have achieved so much, and you've inspired others to achieve as well. A lot of you, if you're not expecting, you could know someone that is expecting a baby very soon. It's very relevant for some reason, babies or birth. It could just be a symbol of birthing something new into your life, creating something new. Clarifying the Queen of Wands, you have the Six of Wands. Oh no, sorry, the Nine of Wands. Some of you are very blocked off. So Nine of Wands is like this energy of being hidden away, right? Hiding out, wounded warrior, protecting yourself from potential harm, not wanting to let yourself be vulnerable in any way. And with the Queen of Wands, you're very magnetic, like I said, you're very, it feels like there could be some type of like perfectionistic thing of the outer character you've created, where you're not letting anybody see that you are in some ways fragile or sensitive or yeah, fragile. Like there's something where there's a facade or a show that's being put on, but then with the Nine of Wands, someone is going to try and kind of get behind or over your walls, if that makes sense. And I don't think you're going to let them, or you're going to put up a very good fight not to let them see the real you or something. At least this month, like you're keeping up, and I mean that in the nicest way possible, you're keeping up a facade, but it's not in terms of you want to not be real. I feel like you are very real in other ways. It's just almost like you're on a roll. You have your mind on a goal, you want to get there, and then so as far as everyone else is concerned, you're showing them a front in a way. It almost seems like, and I'm not telling you to do this, I feel as if you would benefit from putting this front away and opening up and letting people in, because you can be very successful and still be real and still tell them that you have troubles and open up about that. But some of you, it's just almost like you're trying to keep moving forward, and you don't want to let anybody see you down in any way. Clarify the Nine of Swords, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Some of you, sleepless nights, or even just a very busy mind. Be very patient with yourself, because I feel as if you're fighting it. You're fighting your mind, or you're fighting the busyness, and the more you're fighting it and the more you're like, nope, not going to think about it, the more it's becoming very prominent and becoming very much not leaving you alone. And so some of you, if you have a lot of thoughts going around, be patient with them. And I know, even if it's in the middle of the night and you absolutely can't sleep, if you can't sleep anyway, it's like, get a pen and paper out, write it all down, right? Be patient with yourself, because it might take 10 minutes, it might take an hour to write it all down, but then it feels as if that's going to help you in the long run of every day after that. Maybe you're suddenly able to sleep very well because you've emptied your mind out a bit. And so it's almost as if you give yourself the time to vent, and if that's not, write it down. If that's talk to someone, whatever it may be, call someone, do something to get it out, because it's just like it's going round and round your mind and you're trying to get rid of it as quickly as possible. And it's kind of tying in with that Knight of Wands of closing yourself off and keeping it in. So yeah, I just feel as if there's something where it's almost as if this was happening to someone else, if they were thinking what you were thinking or going through what you were going through, you'd very much want them to talk to you or open up to you. But for some reason you're like, oh, it's only me. You're like, oh, it's just me, I can handle it. And it's not how it works. And I feel as if, I really think that if you can, you should speak to someone, or vent, or write it down, or do whatever it is. Turn a camera on and speak to the camera, right? Whatever it may be, just get it out of your system whatever way you can. Clarifying the Eight of Cups, you have the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is kind of the energy of justice, but it's like a smaller, it's the minor arcana version of justice, but it's also this feeling of charity sometimes, making sure you give equally to everybody. So let's say, for a strange example, you came into a lot of money, it's almost as if you're making sure you can give to everyone and not prioritize anybody over the other or make anyone feel left out. You're almost like preparing and getting your ducks in a row to make sure that before you offer one person, oh, I'll get you a house, you're like, oh, but I also need to get this person a house, this person a house. There's something about that, like that's just an exaggerated example, but there's something with the Eight of Cups there. I feel like you might be walking away from doing that. If that's something you already are doing, if that's something you do when you, could be you giving your time to others, offering your help to others, and you almost go, oh, okay, I'll help you as well, I'll help you as well, I'll help you as well, because I help them. So there's something where you're almost letting go of making sure you spread yourself with everyone. And you're like, well, I'll help who comes to me for help, and I'll help who I can when I can, but I'm not going to go out of my way to help every single person in my life. It's almost as if you're trusting that those that find you, you can help, and you're not going to, it's just like you're spreading yourself thin. You've almost burnt yourself out completely, helping people that would accept your help because you've offered it to them. Here you go, have a house, right? I don't know why that's my example, but we're going with it. Here you go, have a house, and they're like, oh, right, okay. And you gave everyone else a house? Okay, fair then. Okay, cool. And it's like, they didn't need the house. They didn't need the house, but they thought they needed it because everyone else got one. Like, I don't know how to explain that better. I don't know how to explain that better, but you are so fair and so wanting to not leave anyone out that you're going overboard, and there's a lot of people that are taking advantage maybe. And taking advantage is an exaggeration, or it's maybe not the right words, but it's the best way I can put it right now of, I don't know why, I'm just seeing people shrug their shoulders and take from me like that. They're like, alright, okay, thank you. But it's not actually as appreciated or as needed as they may show. Clarifying the Lovers, you have the Page of Wands with the Lovers. Some of you, I'm getting really vacation or honeymoon or staycation, whatever that is, energy around this. So you could be traveling with a lover or a partner, but it's very passionate. Page of Wands, very passionate, very spontaneous, very fun, very young. With the Lovers here, if you are single and you're traveling or you're going somewhere, it could be that you're just in this energy of love. You're like exploring life and you're choosing love and you're choosing to feel loved. Even if you have no romantic partner, you're still letting yourself feel loved and welcome, and you're not half, you're a whole, and there's something very nice. But it's also like, I feel like you could run into someone if you're single that is in a very similar place to you, and you might very quickly come together as one. Come together as one after I've just told you you're whole. Very contradicting, I'm sorry. But you know what I mean, you might come together as a couple very soon with somebody that's in a very similar place to you in life. And also I just feel like I said, you're whole. So for me to say that, maybe in the past you felt like you were just half of someone if you were single, and now you're like, oh no, I'm a full person. I'm not half. I don't need a partner. And then it's almost like you come face to face with someone that sees things the same way, and you become partners after being like, I don't need one, I don't want anyone. And those of you, like I said, in a relationship, I feel like this month you're going to be exploring, traveling, or like journeying and being very spontaneous and adventuring. Did I say that already? But you're doing it in this place of love. You're feeling love. That, which makes this a weird thing to say, but it's like, with the Lovers, it's like you're choosing. If you're someone that's afraid of trying new things, it's almost like you're trying new things, you're going new places, but instead of being afraid, you're doing it more out of curiosity, and you're doing it in that place of love, like I keep saying. Instead of fear, you're like, well, I quite like this, and you're going to end up almost changing a narrative you have around new things are scary, and you're almost loving new things, and something's flipping around. I'm going to wrap your reading up here. Thanks so much for watching. Sorry it was very scattered and I couldn't shuffle, but It's all I can do right now. If anything I said resonated or you feel it will in the future, please let me know by liking and subscribing, and I'll see you next Tuesday for Tiny Tale Tarot Tuesdays.